All right, that was our factoring problems 1 through 4, and here we go into other techniques. This one you're asked to solve by completing the square. So if we moved the -7 over, yeah, actually we'd probably be able to factor this. But I wanted something that was pretty simple to start with to help remind you what completing the square looks like. So if we have a problem like x squared plus 10x plus 25, okay? This number is this number divided by 2 and squared, okay? And this is called a perfect square trinomial. It is easy to factor. We just take the square root of the x squared and the square root of the 25, and it is very easy to factor. So what we do on these problems is we get the x squared and the x term on the left-hand side, and then we figure out using a simple formula, or it's actually kind of common sense. Our formula is b over 2 all squared. That's the c we need in order to complete the square. It won't come up, but you have to have a 1 in front of your x squared. I notice on these problems that does not have it. Okay, so the b in this problem is -6. So our c is equal to -6 over 2 all squared, which is -3 squared, which is 9. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. Which means that when we factor, notice that we are writing it as a binomial, and the -3 that goes in the binomial is the same as what's inside our formula before we square. The reason we do this is now it's easy to solve. We're just going to take the square root of both sides. Plus minus on the number. So on the left-hand side, we get x minus 3. On the right-hand side, plus minus 4. That gives us 2 answers. We get x minus 3 equals 4, and x minus 3 equals -4. That gives us, oh wow, x equals 7. And x equals -1. I believe that was, yeah. I wish I could tell you that was on purpose, but it wasn't. We're going to do one more problem completing the square, not so easy. And it's not so easy simply because the coefficient in front of our x isn't a even number. So when we look at b over 2 all squared, we'll get -1 over 2 squared. The c that we're going to use is going to be positive 1/4. So we're going to add positive 1/4 to both sides. On the left side, we get x squared minus x plus 1/4. You don't have to write this step on the left-hand side because that should automatically go to x minus 1/2 all squared. So again, a reminder, this number, I like to see that because I don't have to actually think about how to build that binomial. On the right-hand side, we have 3 plus 1/4, so 3 times 4 is 12. So on the right-hand side, we get 13/4. Okay, same as last time. First thing we're going to do is square root both sides, plus minus in front of that number. And what we get is x minus 1/2 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 13/4. Now, I imagine the book is probably going to make you rationalize the denominator. This one's really easy because we're just going to split it up, plus minus the square root of 13 over the square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. So we don't have to do any other work doing that. X minus 1/2 equals that. So what we get is we're going to add 1/2 to both sides. Kind of running out of room here, which isn't a big problem. So I'm just going to move the next down a little bit. Okay, so we get x is equal to 1/2 plus or minus the square root of 13 over 2. We can also write this 1 plus or minus square root of 13 over 2. And we are done. Both of those answers are equivalent. We'll see what how you have to enter it in the homework program. All right, I'm going to stop this video to do the last 2 problems.